This is the GV Podcast, a variety review podcast featuring two of the three idiots giving their thoughts on cartoons and anime. This is an opinion-based podcast, and there's no way we're saying our thoughts and opinions are objective. Keep this in mind and enjoy the show.
Alright, people, my name's Mayhem!
I'm Jitsu.
I'm Duke.
And today we're talking about Demon Slayer Season 2! Aren't you excited to talk about Demon Slayer, Jitsu?
I love Demon Souls.
No! Demon Slayer, not you playing through Demon Souls. It's the Entertainment District arc.
Walter. Put your dick away, Walter. I'm having sex with you right now, Walter.
What?
We're slaying demons right now, Walter.
In feudal Japan.
Zenitsu.
Zenitsu, wake up, you're slaying demons.
Put your
In
dick away,
feudal New
Zenitsu.
Mexico.
You're not fucking my sister, Zenitsu.
Oh my god, just an entirely different version, but Tanjiro just talks like that. Go away.
No,
I'm trying to
entirely
get with
different
my
version.
sister.
Entirely different version. There is no Tanjiro.
There is no Tanjiro.
It's just Breaking Bad.
It's just
We should start watching Breaking Bad.
Man, can you believe it? It's like Demon Slayer, but there's none of the main characters. Also, there's the Breaking Bad characters.
Also, it's not animated.
Japan. Also, it's not animated.
Also,
There are no Demon Slayers. Also, meth.
and instead of Michael Jackson, we get Giancarlo Esposito.
No, that's the only thing that doesn't change.
We still get Michael Jackson.
Like actual just Michael
Jackson. Alternate universe where Michael Jackson.
You go to the urinal and you touch yourself.
What a cold opening.
Yeah, it's just unhinged. And what
we gotta stop quoting memes.
why not? We gotta get those keywords in.
Nah.
If I say Fortnite, we can say Fortnite.
Battle Pass.
Fortnite Battle Pass.
I'm gonna smash my phone with a hammer, dude.
I'm not even part of this at all. It's just like your own individual thing. It's like, I need to break my phone.
I need to destroy my phone and not have a phone.
I need to be away from society.
Destroy smartphone, just have a flip phone.
God damn it, I'm moving to Montana with a dog.
God damn it, I'm going to North Canada. The uninhabitable part.
I will die within a week.
That makes me happy.
At least I know that this is the end of my story.
I have me, my dog.
The dog will keep living and another week, but I won't have to watch him die.
So anyway.
He'll use me for sustenance.
Anyway,
Demon
non-spoiler
Slayer.
thoughts of Demon Slayer Season 2. You know, that came out like last year.
It came out a while ago. But,
Actually, it's been, I think, a full year now.
oh wow. The year anniversary!
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
So the entertainment arc is...
They all go to the mall.
Basically,
They go to the horny mall.
they go to the equivalent of the mall.
They go to a strip club.
The Japanese equivalent. Where, like, they have the Orihans, or Orions.
Oiran.
Oran.
Oi?
Oi?
Ran.
Ran.
Oiran.
Ora.
Holy shit.
Oh, you get smacked one day.
That was a genuine mistake that I did not mean to add that twang on my voice.
Oiran.
Oh yeah.
Oranberry?
But obviously, after the Mugen train, Tanjiro and the group, they're all messed up, and this is them kind of like coming back and recovering and then having their next mission. And that's the thing with Demon Slayer, is that all of the arcs could easily be like put into a movie. Like just every single one just has every amount of detail and production value, and also the story itself can just be its own movie.
Also, putting into account, it's very short.
That too.
Yeah. Like, this season is the same length as, like, the extended version of Mugen Train.
Oh, jeez.
Like, I think it's around the same length, basically.
The first season of Demon Slayer, he had to fight, like, they fought different demons and they met different characters and stuff like that. But this season just felt like one fight. It felt like the Frieza saga, but it was just it wasn't introducing anybody. It was just okay. It's the Sea
It's
Spiders
Frieza.
versus Frieza.
Like there was Dodoria, Zarbon, then Frieza.
Yeah. Or the Ginyu Force and then Frieza.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
I was gonna say, even with season 1, that's also easily able to be split, because when you consider season 1, they had the whole thing with the Bongo Demon, you know, and then they had the Spider Demon, and that was the second half.
Yeah.
So it's split same length.
Right. Bongo Demon was introducing Zenitsu. And then
and Inosuke. Yeah.
Spider, and Inosuke. And then Spider Demon fleshed out their characters a little bit more and introduced us to a few more characters.
And working
And sun breathing.
And them working
And
together.
sun breathing, yeah.
Yeah.
The group learning how to work together and all that kind of stuff. This one also, like, in the non-spoiler area, this arc also proves how long they've been working together. It's not that long of a time that they've been friends, like, working together to fight demons, but in this short amount of time, they have found their combos and stuff like that. They've been able to work together and kill demons with.
Yeah.
They're a competent team now, I would say. That they're more competent.
I agree, yeah. They even say towards the beginning of this arc... how, like, all of them have grown in their own ways. Like, they even say, as, like, a passing joke, but still, like, something notable, that Zenitsu is no longer needing everybody else to come with him on missions.
Yeah, they actually, like, they are able to be on their own. They're able to be independent, but obviously when they are together, they don't, like, step on each other's toes anymore.
Yeah.
It feels like this season wasn't short, but it felt really short because it was just okay. This stuff happened, and now we're in the entertainment area, and we're doing this mission. That's what this season's about.
It is the thing with like what they decide, what a lot of animes do, where it's like a year has passed. They look exactly the same. So if you didn't hear me say that, you probably wouldn't have even known.
Yeah,
And I don't think a year's passed. I think it's maybe just been like a couple of months since Mugen Train.
It was a few months.
Yeah.
And I don't know when you guys brought up the fact that Zenitsu was able to go on his own mission. I wish they showed that instead of being like, even Zenitsu has a few more pubes on his balls now. He can just
Like, give them their
That's a funny as hell description.
like, just show it.
give them their own episode so that they're able to show that they are independent.
Yeah, they could have done that. I think if they dedicated an episode to...
If they showed it.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know all the details about the future of Demon Slayer. Like, once again, just like with every goddamn show, I have, like, the most notable parts scattered throughout of different arcs going in the future.
Okay.
And the reason I bring that up is because apparently in the future, you will see more solo stuff with these characters.
Good.
Like, I think the next arc is primarily solo Tanjiro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, basically, they're splitting up for a little bit. It felt so much shorter for me, especially. I think I've essentially ruined watching anime for myself by the fact that stuff feels so much shorter when you compare it to, you know, episode 572 of One Piece.
Is that where we are?
No.
I think
Okay.
that's why I think everything's
No,
so
we're on
short.
512.
Oh, okay.
That's why everything feels so fucking short. Choose the One Piece.
In comparison,
Even then, even shorter series, like Cowboy Bebop, for example, that's 26 episodes.
you would bring it up.
In all fairness, it's the first one that came to mind. Dude, a recent one that was just a little longer, Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man, that was like 12 episodes.
It was 12 episodes, which is one longer
They didn't
than...
even finish the arc. The
It
manga
all-
kept going.
But that's the thing, though, is that they wanted to make it
They're gonna be
as
season
drawn out
2.
as possible.
Like with Attack on Titan. How they gonna... They're gonna split the
the
last
fi-
season in half.
The final season, part 3, part 1 and 2.
Let's not talk about that yet.
I was able to rewatch all of Attack on Titan and just be like, oh my god.
We're waiting till both parts come out, by the way, to review that, because there ain't no way in hell that I'm going to have 2 videos for Attack on Titan
About the final...
about the final part.
Why not?
You mean the final 2 parts?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not having a two-parter.
You make it. But no, we do the one on part 1, and then everything that we said about that one, we just say it again.
Like we just repeat it, or we
say everything. No, like not the same video again, but no, like we stick to it exactly.
The same video again.
We just do the same video, and just add final.
I'm not gonna lie. That's the thing I've been tempted to have in the past of like have a super cut of like our past reviews when it's like we're finished the show. But good lord, can you imagine our 24-hour review of One Piece?
That would be like 24 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we average about an hour talking about it, yeah.
Oh, then it's not going to be 24 hours. It's going to be a few days.
Oh, days! Oh! Have you seen that one video that's like, it's the Ice Age trilogy, but anytime the color brown is on screen, it shows every single frame from the Avatar series, but anytime you see Aang's arrow, it plays the entire B movie, but every time anybody says the word B, it plays something else. The video's like days long.
When we were reviewing that,
it's incomprehensible. But then right in the middle, and then it says, but at the halfway point, it plays the entire Shrek movie.
That sounds so much fun when we were reviewing that.
I miss those era of memes where it's like every time someone says this entire saga starts playing.
The entire One Piece show starts playing, but anytime Luffy's hat is on screen, it plays the Puss in Boots movie.
But every time Puss in Boots is on screen, it plays the sequel.
Anytime you see the color orange, it says, are you sure you want to continue? And then it plays the movie again.
So, anyway, so that was our non-spoiler thoughts.
No!
This is a beautifully animated season, I'll say that. That is the one biggest improvement they did. This season is beautifully animated. Like, more so than the movie and the first season.
It's crazy how a show that, like, when its first season came out, people went, wow, this looks pretty good. And then it just
not
kept
even
increasing.
This looks pretty good. They started with, oh my god, this is amazing.
And then it just kept going. Kept going. Imagine if Berserk had this style, like this intense
Quit trying
quality.
to make Jinzu cry.
I'm the one crying. Because I'm crying out, why?
No, you're making Jinzu cry because he got you into it.
Huh?
He said, man, imagine if Berserk got this level of animation.
I got him into the From Software series. Which is inspired by Berserk. I'm taking credit. Don't you know, Jinsu?
No, you fucking didn't.
I'm gonna edit. It's a good thing I can edit out your statements right now. No one will be able to... No one will be able to hear your screams. It would only be in reverse. I just gotta have something. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
My dignity. It's a lot more important to me than saying the other word. I just like how we just devolve as soon as we hit record. We just devolve.
We're always like this stuff.
Yeah, but we're less coherent.
No, this is pretty normal for us.
So, anyways, Demon Slayer.
Moving on to the story, that we are now going into the story of Demon Slayer Season 2, the Entertainment District arc, and Knuckles.
And Inosuke.
And Inosuke. So, after they've recovered after that traumatizing event on the Mugen train, Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu, I remember their names, and they show off, like, their training and all that kind of stuff, the insane training that they do, and just showing off that Tanjiro and Zenitsu are just as built as Inosuke.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me. I was just like, oh my god.
I was going to say, do you remember the names of the hashira we lost in the movie?
Rengoku!
As well as the demon that fought him?
Basketball head, Spalding.
Close enough.
I don't remember his name either. Yeah, all I remember is, I was the train the whole time!
Oh, no, not him. No, not the train. Basketball face.
Oh,
Spalding.
Huh? Akaza, right?
Akaza, yeah.
Yeah.
Akaza.
Oh, Spalding. Monkey D. Luffy.
It was Monkey D. Luffy all along.
It was Son Goku.
He was the train the whole time.
Did you know?
You ever see those things where Demon Slayer fans saying, like, Tanjiro could easily solo this verse, and, like, they list stuff like One Piece?
Tanjiro would die the second that he enters any other universe.
Demon Slayer hasn't been around long enough to establish its power system or its magic system to compete with the other universes.
This is like, it's like saying that about Gon when literally just Heaven's Arena has just been established.
Mm-hmm. No, even towards the end of like Demon Slayer or Hunter x Hunter, it's still like they'll always say that. They always try to say like could solo shit like Dragon Ball.
I haven't consumed
Bleach,
enough media
Naruto,
to understand.
One Piece, and it's all because they like that show more. Therefore, that means their character's stronger.
In the power of belief.
Well.
So
I hate anime fans.
I hate you all. I hate you all is what Duke has just said. Quoted 2023.
Quoted many times throughout all my life.
We will have a list of the amount of times he said that. But in the middle of their training, they're literally like they get back after like running a mission, and all of a sudden they just start hearing at the Butterfly Mansion just this huge commotion as somebody's trying to kidnap one of the girls, or no, a couple of the girls, and it's revealed to be is Sound Hashira.
Yes.
Named Tengen. I remember that name.
Remember the other part of his name?
No.
Remember his family name?
He had another name.
Uzui. Tengen Uzui.
Gesundheit. And because he's got an important mission to find where his wives went because they disappeared in the entertainment district. Was it of Tokyo?
No.
Was it of Kyoto?
Yes.
Okay. It was Kyoto. Oh, because that was the capital at the time. Still is the capital.
Like how Kyoto and Tokyo are the same word, just swapped.
Yeah.
It's almost like they made Tokyo to be an opposite of Kyoto.
Oh.
Don't look it up.
It's almost like New England is American England.
It's almost like America America be described as one thing. Soda!
Continue the goddamn story.
So obviously, just a random guy, even though Hashira or not, Tanjiro's gonna be like, you shouldn't be kidnapping children for your own benefit right now. And he goes, what an unflashy kind of guy. And Tanjiro's just like, what did you just call me?
Call me?
And as it turns out, as being the Sound Hashira, Tengen has this obsession with being flashy, which is both hilarious and...
You'd think Rengoku would have that.
Yeah, the fire, like, ooh, but...
It's the reason why they were best friends.
And his friend is dead now, so...
Yeah. I think that might be a fan thing, but I do remember a lot of people talking about they were definitely best friends.
There's definitely two types of the Hashira. There's the extrovert, flashy, like, boisterous one, and then there's the dark and brooding.
Yeah.
Those are the two types of Hashiras.
And there's subtypes when it comes to it, and that's what makes me laugh.
And the extravagant ones all have funny colored hair.
Yeah.
And the introverted ones all have, like, darker toned hair.
A trend that was definitely happening in feudal Japan.
Where they were doing JoJo breathing techniques. And
oh my god! It's just Homo!
I was gonna say, did you just realize that?
Literally any show that has breathing as the main magic system is basing off of Hamon.
It's just Hamon. Which I just like to say, it's just ham.
I was gonna say,
no reason.
There was this meme I was considering making. Yeah. I was literally just thinking about this last night. Yeah. Of just imagining just like a meme talking about like a description of Demon Slayer and JoJo as if it's essentially the same show. Like basically kid with asthma has to face off against LGBT friendly vampire that hates his family.
Has to fight against a villain inspired by a musical artist.
Yeah. No, once again, there's so many things you can make a joke about that perfectly fit them together.
And all it takes is just it's just in Japan now instead of England.
Would Inosuke be the Polnareff?
Inosuke would be the Speedwagon.
No, I'm imagining Tanjiro being joked about as a almost Jotaro, but I want to find a way to somehow do that.
Tanjiro would be closest to Jonathan.
Yeah.
Why Jonathan? The brooding one over
No,
the
just
one?
Japanese.
Japanese. That's
just because Japanese.
that. Just because, not for personality.
Or fucking Jono.
No, he's Italian.
No, he's not.
He's Spaghetti Man.
He's Italian. He's a person. He's an English man.
He's
made and raised in Italia.
He's half English, half.
You know the love hashira was apparently the pupil of Rengoku.
I'm going to stab you.
The love hashira?
Yeah.
The one with the tits out?
Yeah. Most important character trait.
She was the pupil of Rengoku.
I wonder if that comes up.
I think there is actually a thing where they talk about it and they say that he got her uniform and it's this doesn't fit properly.
And then Rengoku's just like, yes, it does.
No, he went unconscious. He was just like here, let me see.
Now that
and then
Duke's
he tried
dead.
getting, and then he tried
You
getting,
died.
He tried getting skirts for all the female Hashira uniforms.
And
was it someone
Trust me, master.
Shinobu was the only one to step up and say, if you try to make me wear that, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
So Tanjiro just being like, don't kidnap children, and Tengen's just like, I didn't think about that. And Tanjiro in the group is just like, just take us on your mission instead. We'll help you find your wives. And he's just like, okay. And then Zenitsu has a freak out moment where he's just like, you have 3 wives?
Early in the season, Zenitsu's the worst.
Chad Tengen, 3 wives. Fuck it.
I think that is the purpose.
That is technically just how it happens. In the backstory, it's just like they survived a battle. He finds them all together and just goes, you'll all be my wives. And they just go, okay.
Weird wife.
I'm taking this.
Battle with wife.
Wage war with wife. They survive. Make wife. Wait a second.
So anyway, we go to the entertainment district.
And we find out that it's full of creepy guys and very beautiful women. And you can see the implications that are with those kind of requirements for being the entertainment district.
Yeah.
As now that we have children there in the form of Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu.
Zenitsu is so hyped.
Zenitsu is just like, where can we go? And Inosuke is just like, I'm in society now. This is a mistake.
No, you've immediately made a mistake. Zenitsu wasn't screaming when you described him.
Oh, yeah. I'm not. This is like, the one time that I don't scream is when I'm trying to describe Zenitsu.
Yeah. You start whispering whenever you describe Zenitsu.
You see, he doesn't like it when another guy has married 3 women. 3 women that are older than Zenitsu, older than him, and therefore he shouldn't care.
Yeah.
And
no, Inosuke had the best reaction though. They're just like, oh, they're lost? Yeah, they're probably dead. Clocked in the gut.
Why should we search for them if they're missing? They just probably died. He says to their husband.
So, what does the plan lead to? How do we get them to infiltrate the entertainment district?
I'm going to sell you 3 to the 3 houses that all 3 of my wives went to. Yes, you 3 kids, I'm going to sell you and make sure that they think that you're all women.
And
Go!
you're going to infiltrate the building and find my wives because you 3 surprisingly look like them.
Even though that
I still find that so funny.
Even though that I myself, everybody literally says that I'm the most beautiful man they've ever seen and probably won't care if I literally just say, hey, can I take a look around your place?
Yeah. Well, it's basically, when it comes to the entertainment district, the way they present it is that it's very, very, weird.
It has its own very specific set of rules in Japan, of all places, which already has its own specific set of rules.
Yeah. And so, when it comes to all of them being sold, I think first one to get be sold was Tanjiro.
It was Tanjiro
because it's that one, it doesn't seem too bad.
He seems he's got good bones.
Then Inosuke, because he insulted somebody, and they're happy once they take him home because it's like, oh, it's so beautiful underneath.
And he's just like, what?
I still say that's the funniest thing of, like, Inosuke is supposed to have, like, the pretty face, while, because of the fact that he basically has the same face as most people in this show.
Yeah, he just looks exactly the same as everybody else, and it's just like, he's supposed to look, like, better, different? What are you getting on about?
And then there's Zenitsu, who gets sold reluctantly. Like, well, she's really ugly, but on the bright side, she plays a mean shamisen.
And he has a rage. He plays the song in a rage, and he's just like...
I also love Zenitsu's description of Tengen, of, why do you have to be so hot?
Why do you get to have all the looks?
You get to have 3 wives and the looks? Why?
I think he got the 3 wives for something else, but also, yes, he just so happened to be in an anime that favors him. Why does he look like a Greek man? Like
the
a
first
sculpture.
man.
Adam?
Adam?
All the comments are literally saying the same thing you guys are. Bro knew Alexander before he was great. Bro's history class was just called class.
When history class was just called class.
Bro had a library card at the Alexandria.
He knows things we don't.
History is actually his story.
His story.
These are great.
Bro planted the apple tree that Newton sat under.
That man,
That was good.
that man went to grow up to be Elon Musk. So it was like it kind of the show so the story right now they all get sold and they're all trying to find the wife of that's in the house, and each one finds out there's a demon about, and it kills people randomly, but mainly beautiful women who give this one house like trouble, that like they're not able to make as much money, and then all of a sudden that girl dies, and then the house starts making more money.
Basically,
I wonder if it's connected.
I was gonna say it's usually if they stand out.
If they stand out,
if they stand out, they're gone.
they're just gone. They're just dead.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, it's this one girl with pure white hair at the spry age of who knows, because she's actually a demon.
I think like she's 200 years old, according to the show. But like it was something like she turned into a demon when she was like
150.
huh? like less than 15, I think.
Oh god.
Like I think 13.
Oh god.
Who?
The demon girl, yeah, Daki.
Oh, her.
Yeah, she turned into a demon when she was like 13.
Yeah.
And then has survived for 200
Like
years.
slowly aged.
Damn, they were in that entertainment district for 200 years.
That sounds
No
terrible.
wonder they became demons.
They were in a place of sin and
Damn, they were in
wickedness.
Vegas for 200 years.
Vegas for 200 years?
I'd be a demon too.
There's demons in Vegas?
In Sin
What?
City.
That's the thing. It's hard to find demons in Vegas. It's hard to find humans in Vegas.
It's hard to find a regular person.
They are awake at night.
Hear me out, guys. We bring a sword to Las Vegas.
Y'all ever
And we
been to
start
Hell's
testing.
Kitchen?
Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen. Hell's
In
Kitchen.
Sin City?
Sin City.
The crispy salmon is to die for.
You want to sell your soul in order to experience it again.
Okay, hear me out, Mayhem. Are you able to cut a rock in half?
I'm able to break a rock over your head, yes.
Okay, good. Then we're gonna head to Las Vegas. We're gonna bring some swords.
What if we do like the walk to Arlong Park, but it's just on the road in Las Vegas? Dun, 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 dun. Get out of the way, assholes!
No, it's that same.
13 hours of just straight walking.
I hate this, guys.
It's that same beat, but like you know in the Infinity Castle, like the guitar that the person keeps playing.
The shamisen.
Yeah, the shamisen. It's that song played on the shamisen. So it's just like dwah, 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 dwah.
and then we just get instantly arrested.
Guys, it's just it would be Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zoro.
Zoro somehow still there, just like, when did I get here?
Dwah, 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 dwah.
And they slowly uncover, but not actually slowly, they uncover that the white-haired girl
Very quickly uncover.
is actually the demon, mainly because she fully attacks
Tanjiro.
Tanjiro. She just fully goes after it. It turns out she's like
Zenitsu was trapped, by the way. Captured.
Oh yeah. Zenitsu gets captured, and Inosuke is just like, I'm gonna go start fighting me.
Don't forget the most important detail. Remember how he got his swords back? How he was handed his swords?
And he started breaking them? Oh wait, no. Oh no!
You almost forgot them.
That in order to have his swords close but always at access, he had Tengen's his animal guide thing hold on to them. And when he called on to him, it was two mice. Two muscle mice.
Muscle.
That in the English version wouldn't stop saying that.
Muscle.
And Duke absolutely loves them, and I want to
Crush them in my
And then
hand.
they just open your hand.
Yeah, they'd rip your hand.
That's some Attack on Titan stuff right there, where you squeeze them and you see the blood pop out, and they're somehow still alive.
And they're spinning out.
They just whoa!
That's the thing. They'd pull a Levi with you.
Ah!
Yeah, it's just.
And the way that she attacks, which I really like, is the belts. That's part of her
Her obi.
her design.
Her kimono.
Yeah, that stuff right there. Yeah, the kimono.
She uses cloth to fight.
Yeah, and they're able to, and because they're so soft, they're not able to be cut by the swords as easily. So
The Nichirin swords.
and another thing that she does is that she's able to kidnap people within the cloth.
That doesn't come up again.
And store them in the cloth.
Yeah. And she has an underground layer that she ties up the wives in.
I was gonna say, wasn't that controlled by a demon that she had taken and okay, what was up with that? Remember there was another face down there that was afraid of Daki.
Was that not her?
Well, I thought
Was that her? Because it was afraid of Daki.
Was it?
It was. Because Daki's eyes appeared behind it, and it was kill all the ugly ones. And she was okay.
Oh yeah, Daki commanded it. Yeah, so it
was
might
that
have
just
been
a separate cloth demon?
It might have been that, but cloth demon.
I know that sounds stupid, but it's Demon Slayer. It is Japan, where shit like this happens.
Third demon.
Secret third demon.
Secret demon.
secret demon. Go to hell and die.
But yeah, no.
And die.
It's there's gonna be a massive fight with Inosuke and Zenitsu down here, right? And then Tengen just kills the demon.
He does this awesome air blast thing that fully just destroys makes a giant hole in the ground. It's really cool.
Yeah, speaking of which, what do you think of his weapons?
His weapons,
giant daggers.
They're giant daggers with a giant hole in them. They're very cool. My only problem is the short chain that keeps them connected. Because it's very short.
It's meant for that, for his style.
They're bladed nunchucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're meant to clang against each other.
Yeah. They're meant to take abuse from each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so they start fighting Daki, and they actually almost defeat her. And then it's revealed that, oh no, it's not just her.
You almost forget the fight where specifically Tanjiro was going to win with using sun breathing. Yeah. Then asthma kicked in, and he wasn't able to finish the battle.
That's right.
And after his asthma,
stage 4 cancer.
After he had an asthma attack, specifically what
Come on, Tanjiro, it's not that hard. It's stage 4. How many more can there be? None!
I'm going to die. Who's gonna save me? Nezuko comes in and kicks Daki's head 100 feet away.
Yeah, Nezuko had a lot of good moments in this one, where she was just able to finally show off and show off all of her strength.
This is one of the best moments with Nezuko, and also one of the saddest, because she loses it.
Oh, yeah.
Almost killing some humans. And as she's going, Tanjiro eventually captures her, and
Get in the box!
he reminds her of her family, and it's finally the point when she gets to realize her family's gone.
That they're all dead, yeah, because she's been hypnotized for that long time to think anybody else that she sees as her family, but now that don't happen anymore. Where did my family go? Oh, they all dead.
They're dead! Your family dead!
Doctor, what's the status report? Everyone's dead. Oh.
Goku's dead! For real this time!
For realsies?
But he just got back from training after being dead.
After being back from training.
After being dead. It's so good. But, yeah,
we just summarized Dragon Ball.
Yeah, honestly.
Honestly, I was thinking about that too. Nezuko is literally just Goku. Like Dragon Ball Z Goku, where she doesn't overstay her welcome. She's gone for most of it. And then when the plot needs her, then she comes in.
Then she's in, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's serious.
She's the author just needed somebody to come in and wreck house.
Yeah. Well, we get essentially like, okay, Tanjiro's gonna go back in and try to handle that demon now that he's caught his breath. And everybody's gathered together. We're all ready for the fight.
Now that he took his inhaler.
Yeah, he grabbed his inhaler. He's all ready for the fight. Everybody's ready to go. And then as Tengen is essentially bullying the demon of like, you don't really matter. You're not even that strong, honestly. Kicking her around.
Skill issue.
Skill issue. And as she's all upset, she yells out, "Big brother!"
Nobody's gonna be here to save you. I'm being stabbed.
I'm about to be stabbed. Oh no!
As it's revealed that the upper six demon Daki is not just her. It's also her big brother, which could be easily described as a praying mantis.
Yeah.
As he fights with hand scythes.
I think I've heard it described that it's something like isn't his name Gyutaro?
Yeah.
It's Gyutaro. Okay.
Sickles.
Yeah, Gyutaro
Kamas.
is
Sickles.
the true number 6 demon, and his sister is essentially like a tag-along. And so that's the thing, though. If it weren't for the fact that she was a tag-along, he'd be higher.
Yeah, he kind of got pulled down by caring about his little sister.
That was pointed out of if it weren't for his sister being there, he would be one of the most dangerous. Like he'd probably be 3 or 4.
God damn.
Yeah, but anyway, Gyutaro shows
little
up.
sisters ruin everything.
Gyutaro shows up, starts wrecking house.
Yeah, he's got like the poison on his sickles and fully just like everybody's just like, oh god, we literally have. If we get poisoned by this, we will die.
Yeah.
And then none of them dies to the poison.
Yeah.
We'll mention that. But speaking of which, we forgot to mention the wives earlier.
Yeah,
because
they
like
were
that
in the
hole
hole.
that was down there. Yeah, 2 of the wives were down there. The other one was just somewhere else. I think it was something like Tengen met with her finally.
Yeah, she was able to escape and met up with him, and now he knows like, oh man, they're gonna die.
And so 3 wives are alive. They're all good, and now we have our 2 battles. We've got basically Inosuke and Zenitsu. Zenitsu being asleep.
So therefore he's useful.
Versus Daki. And then we have Tanjiro and Tengen versus Gyutaro.
Praying mantis.
Holy shit, these fights are cool.
Like Demon Slayer does this thing where they do a lot of looping around the fight that I really like, because the characters, everybody, the way that they fight is all over the place. They're like that, but not in a bad way. Like, you know, when you say all over the place, that sounds more negative. But in this, it's more of like they have to keep moving or else they're going to get hit.
Yeah.
And when somebody's using belts attacking you from all sides and poison attacks.
Someone shared recently was like the in progress of Demon Slayer animation.
Yeah.
And someone, like, the guy who posted it was trying to make fun of it, of like, oh my god, don't tell me that Demon Slayer looks like this during the animation. And everybody in the comments had the same thought of, wow, tell me you don't know how animation works without telling me you don't know how animation works.
This in progress thing is bad.
That's the thing.
Because it's in progress.
It looked like Roblox with the way that they animate it. But in all fairness, that's kind of how it has to be.
It doesn't look like that in the show.
Yeah, you have to have the simplest animation to understand the movement.
Yeah.
And then once you're done with that, then you animate it.
And then you animate someone's fingers breaking so perfectly so that you understand exactly how much you don't want that to happen to you.
We won!
Victory!
But
Victory!
There's one moment in the fight that I just gotta say where, like, Inosuke is, like, about to kill Daki, and out of nowhere comes the brother and fully stabs him where his heart should be.
yeah.
And everybody's like, oh my god, he's literally dead! And then Inosuke just shows up. You didn't think that I couldn't move around my body parts, did you? Like my internal organs.
Never underestimate the flexibility of my body.
That has nothing to do with moving your organs. That was just the writer being like, I'm gonna have him get stabbed in the chest. So
and everybody go, ooh.
So it looks dire, and then he doesn't care, even though he's literally poisoned.
He is still dying.
Still going, even though he's literally just got stabbed through the rib cage, and that definitely should have some pain.
And then sets off a nuke.
Sets off a full-on explosion that, like, destroys the entertainment district.
Sets off Little Boy. And then, after everyone, like, it looks like essentially everyone's gone. Like, Tanjiro's the only one left.
Man, it's a good thing that they fully evacuated the entertainment district, right?
They evacuated that part. That's actually what they describe.
Ugh.
But, no, what ends up happening is...
I always find it so convenient in anime how they're able to evacuate people in the most convenient ways possible, that even though they get sent off 30 blocks in one direction, that just so happened they still evacuated that far away from the actual fight.
I was going to say that it's kind of a thing that's brought up in some anime when it comes to evacuation of sometimes you're able to evacuate them in time. Yeah,
Sometimes.
We'll talk about My Hero in the future.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But anyway, when it comes to the fight, so Tanjiro wakes up and Gyutaro is standing right above him because he's like, you know, I could make you a demon. You're just as ugly as me. Let's do this, man. So
You're an absolute piece of shit. Just
Tanjiro
like me.
stands up, does the usual Tanjiro thing, headbutts his ass, and he's like...
No, headbutts his head.
Headbutts his head.
And sticks a dagger in his thigh.
Sticks a dagger in his thigh.
In the same motion, and he doesn't notice that he's been stabbed.
And so, because of that, he's starting to feel poison from the Tengen, which is slowing him down.
The shinobi sleepy poison stuff that
Yeah.
they use.
And that's around the point when basically fights resume, as we've got Zenitsu basically immediately going for Daki, and not just that, fully trying to separate her head right now.
He turns into a full-on just like meteor going crazy all over the place.
I love the way he just zooms around, and the fact that it's not like it's a straight line. It is lightning where it's just going in a way that is easiest to move.
How far do you think he could go if he was just going in a straight line?
I have no idea, honestly.
Like, how fast do you think lightning could travel when just doing that constantly?
Honestly, who knows? Like,
but then Tengen and the praying mantis, the big brother, just going at it, and that they kept on. The one problem with
Tengen's return was awesome, by the way.
Oh yeah,
because like
his hand got cut off.
Yeah, Tanjiro was all getting messed up, and like he was about to get stabbed in the eye, and Tengen just shows up, and it's like, how the hell did you live? You're supposed to be poisoned. You're supposed to be dead. And you see that his hand is gone, and he apparently stopped his circulation.
He stopped his heart so that the poison would slow down just a little bit longer for him to be able to fight.
His hand was already gone, though.
No, I know. I'm saying, like, that happened earlier, but the big thing was he stopped his heart to stop the poison from circulating. Holy shit.
Gyutaro somehow managed to figure out, he's like, what? He used his muscles to stop the poison from entering his body.
And then they start going at it. And there's one thing I just gotta say with
the way that they start fighting, it's awesome. There's this loop around, like you see them going at it, and it keeps on cutting to their faces going, ah!
I know you guys had a problem with that. I was still in it. I was just like, yeah! Yeah! Every time they pop up, just, yeah!
It was whenever you turn the volume up super loud to super low, where it's just like, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh.
And then they're just screaming, ah! They're just going at each other. And at one point, as they're fighting, Gyutaro slashes at Tengen and just takes out his eye.
Just a full-on slice down his face.
Then they're still going. Inosuke, that's when Inosuke pops up for Zenitsu. Just like, as Daki's like, you can't cut my neck. And Inosuke just like, I've got my blades. And it's like, how the hell did you survive? I moved my organs.
Again!
How? And so they pop up, and now they're slashing. And
because they're linked. They're demons who are linked, so therefore they both have to be killed at the same time. Both their heads decapitated at the same time in order to sever their life completely and be fully beaten.
As that's happening, you've got Gyutaro and Tanjiro and Tengen, where as they're fighting, Tanjiro goes down for a slash and gets stabbed up through his chin.
Yeah, I've seen.
Which should have hit his tongue.
Should have pierced his tongue.
Yeah.
I've seen the crazy thing. I've actually seen that happen in real life. It was like somebody who was trying to do like a bull riding, like a rodeo, and the bull fully just funk.
Holy shit!
Like just right in the jaw, like his tongue just fully just destroyed.
Well, stabs Tanjiro, and it's like, you can't survive this. And Tanjiro goes, well, guess I'm going badass mode. And his mark turns into like a full-on flame on his head as his hair lights on fire, and he just starts swinging down.
He went in his own version of Super Saiyan.
And at the same time, they cut off both heads.
And just so happens, when both heads get cut off and sent flying into the air, they roll up and end up looking at each other as they both die. And at first, like, they're yelling at each other. At first they're shocked, and then they start yelling at each other, start bickering. Like, you were too weak, and you were too ugly, and you were just, I hate you.
Yeah, as they're yelling at each other over there. Meanwhile, we've got finally the chill moment for everybody else.
We're alive!
Oh, wait. A moment of chill, considering what happens after this. Gyutaro's body sets off Fat Man now.
Oh yeah, another explosion.
That's the reason why I decided to call it Little Boy earlier.
Little Boy and Fat Man.
Because there's a second explosion that messes up the area, and only after the explosion are they able to finally calm down. As Tanjiro is absolutely dying.
Everybody's dying to poison.
He realizes he's not dying of the poison, so he's like, how? Whatever. And finds Zenitsu. Zenitsu's crying like a bitch, per usual.
Because
like,
my legs are broken, Inosuke's dying, I'm upset.
Yeah.
And then here comes Nezuko.
Yeah.
And lights Inosuke on fire.
So now we've got some grilled pork. Anyway, we move on to... Imagine I just moved off.
Just completely don't elaborate it, yeah.
No, she lights him on fire in a similar way she did with Tanjiro back in Mugen Train.
Yep.
When she woke him up, or tried to wake him up. And as she does this, it heals him of the poison.
It burns away the poison, the demon poison in their body.
And because of that, he's able to live. So she heads on over to Tengen afterwards. And Tengen, he's trying to give his last words, but his wives are yelling at each other. Well, except for the calm one. So he's like, God damn it.
I would like to tell you all my last words. Shut up, Dad! Eat rocks! Oh, you're gonna die! Eat rocks!
My tongue hath melted. I cannot say my final words now.
I cannot say anything now.
And it leads to Nezuko...
Just
without even saying anything, he just walks over. Hey,
Lights us on fire.
And obviously the one that's freaking out is just like, what the hell are you doing?
It's not time for cremation yet.
But then turns out it was healing of the poison.
Then he heals, and they start crying, and or they're happy that Tengen's alive, and it's like, okay, good. Now I'm gonna go find those heads. They walk away as one of the wise just, oh my god.
just very weakly, just thank you.
I love the number of memes that come out of that. Just avocado is what some people thought it was saying.
Avocado. I thought it was just
But no, she's saying arigato like a crybaby.
like a
Bitch.
You stole my thunder. I was charging up.
So they head off. They find the heads screaming at each other, and Tanjiro sees Gyutaro right as he's about to say that he wished that she was never born, and shuts him up real quick. Of, like, don't say anything you're gonna regret before you die. And they start crying of like, you were supposed to keep me alive, like you were my brother. And then
We were supposed to be continuing to be murderers, man. Come on, what's wrong with you?
then finally we get backstory for the two, for usual, right after the fight.
Right after the fight, and
After
now I'm
dying.
supposed to care.
This time, let me summarize the backstory. Boy was ugly, had a cute sister, good life with the little sister.
They started picking themselves out of the hole that they were in.
Per usual, got fucked over.
Got fucked over.
And after that, became demon.
Was offered to be
The sad
transformed
life.
into demons, and they decided, hey, that sounds pretty good.
Notable thing that I want to mention is the fact that the person that turned him into a demon was the upper rank 6 demon.
Was the old one? It was the one before them, and they took his. They got to the same point that he got to.
How would you describe what he looked like?
He looked a lot like Tengen.
He looked a lot like Tengen, okay.
Yeah.
With like very unique eyes.
He had and the white hair with like the weird marks like in the hair.
Yeah.
When they have like art in the hair, that just makes me think of like children's arts because you have to be as simple as possible.
Yeah.
But they did it. They defeated the upper 6 demon. And who's upset but Michael Jackson? He's mad. He's mad.
I know it.
Really mad. No one has to answer right now.
Because who's mad?
Oh, got the mention of just like how it's like they reunite in the afterlife, and it's like I wish you'd leave me alone. Wait, no, don't leave me alone. And they finally go off as brother and sister.
Yeah, it's a very nice moment where it's like they're in this dark place with a bit of fog, and like you see like to the left it's dark, and then to the right there's like a heavenly light, and he tells her to go into the light as he's gonna go into the dark like alone, and she's like, I'm not leaving you, and they have like a nice like reunion moment together, and then it finally shows the direction that they're heading is a literal wall of flames.
Yeah. No, it reminded me of like right before Vegeta's sacrifice in Dragon Ball, where it's like, do you think I'll be able to see Goku in the next life? No, you're going to hell. Is literally what Piccolo says.
Nah, you're going to hell.
After I ain't gonna lie, man.
You are-
After everything you pulled, you're going to hell.
You are forsaken.
It's like, holy shit, Piccolo.
There's
Could have
no-
lied to him at least.
There's no redemption for you. And especially in this, they literally became demons.
But they managed to go off. Well, no, I feel like somebody like Nezuko, they're fine because like obviously they haven't killed anybody.
They haven't killed
She's
anyone
a
yet.
demon, but she hasn't killed anybody. Meanwhile, everybody else has killed so many and are happy about it. So that's the difference.
And also being a demon. So if they don't save Nezuko, she's going to hell. I'm sorry to say it, but that's how it works.
They're vampires. That's what it is.
Vampires go to hell. That's how it works.
Okay, Catholic.
I'm sorry that I understand the lore better than you.
Goddamn Templars.
Is the Pope still up? Yeah, he's still awake. I'm a Templar. Because we discovered, Jinsu, that the Templars listen to the Pope and the Crusaders don't. So depending on the time of day, if the Pope is awake, I'm a Templar. But as soon as the Pope goes to sleep,
I'm gonna rape and pillage.
I wonder if that picked up.
I hope it didn't.
I'm gonna kill them all and let God sort them out.
Didn't you say the original quote was like something way worse?
It was basically just like kill. It was the heathens wear our own skin, kill just destroy. It was like a Latin phrase. It was in Latin, so therefore it was gonna sound cooler.
Yeah.
I like how Japanese now is like the modern version of
Latin.
Of Latin, because it's just like no matter what you say in Japanese, it sounds cool.
It's just Dio's voice actor just saying strawberry. It sounds so foreign. He's just got a Japanese accent.
Strawberry. It's like a tick where it's just like he has to say it at least once in a sentence.
Don't worry, we'll talk about Dio and his priest boyfriend later.
I'll kill you.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we get the whole backstory thing. Real nice. We then get afterwards a shot of basically the leader of the Demon Slayer group.
Yeah.
As he is all happy because of the fact that
we're winning! We're finally winning!
And he then reveals the fact that the girls with the weird eyes, those are his children. And meanwhile, Muzan is also a part of his family.
He's related to Michael Jackson. Wouldn't you want to be related to Michael Jackson, Jinsu?
No.
Full silence is all in.
I want to stay black now.
You don't want to have to refine your humanity. Duke is dead. So that was the story of Demon Slayer Season 2. Moving on to the characters now. We'll only talk about the main the hashira,
new characters.
The new characters, yeah, because everybody else kind of stays where they are. There's not really a lot of character progression in everybody else. Like I think Tanjiro maybe had just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, the coin girl, she definitely had she was just about.
She had a moment at the beginning.
She had a moment, but Tengen. What a character to just show up and be like, "Hey, I gotta kidnap children."
Yeah,
start off so bad.
Start off so bad, and then it just immediately was like, "Oh, you're great." Just, I am the god of I forgot about that joke, and it's my favorite joke. I am the god of festivals, and it's like, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
And then,
great to meet you. I'm the king of the mountains.
Yeah, no, it's just
who's this weirdo?
Who's this weirdo? You're scaring me.
You have frightened me, sir.
And just Zenitsu just like, oh my god, they're of the same cloth.
This guy only hates people who have the same mental illness as him.
Because I'm unique, not you!
We're both autistic. Oh, but you're a different kind of autistic.
You're not exactly like me.
Your skill tree is different.
I see you put all your points into dexterity.
Golden wind. Have you seen that, Jinzu? Like, there's that meme out there of like, no, actually, the autistic spectrum is more like this.
It's like the stand.
It's like the stand.
The stand wheel.
The stand wheel, the Pokemon stat wheel.
So what's your autistic stand?
Which one did you min-max out of this? Which stat did you min-max?
Rapping really fast.
Care to elaborate?
No.
Purple haze. Don't worry, Mayhem. We know what you've got.
Insanity.
No, it's just Star Platinum. A bit of specialty, but primarily just punching.
But just punching. Just all physical. Come here!
Don't worry. Mine is the most maxed out.
In a stat that nobody else wants.
Yes, I have Made in Heaven.
Made in Heaven.
No,
you do not have Made in Heaven. You have Made in Ohio.
I am Made in Ohio.
You mean made in Florida?
No, that's just JoJo Part 6.
No, somebody said that apparently, what was it? Florida's the warning, while...
Ohio's the real threat.
Ohio's the real threat now.
Meanwhile, California's pulling the strings.
Hey, I never have to indulge my news articles to the world.
No, California's just stupid. Ohio and Florida are eldritch beings.
The villains. What do you guys think of the villains? Daki and Praying Mantis.
Daki was really cool towards the beginning of, like, she was really interesting, really threatening. And towards the second part, it really showed that she needed her brother. Because, like, the moment that she was outclassed, she was instantly just, like, a whiny kid. Gyutaro was awesome.
If they extended out the whatchamacallit, the arc, I felt like there could have been like a contest, like a beauty contest sort of thing, and they would have submitted Nezuko, and it would have been like a thing against Daki and Nezuko. And then all of a sudden, when somehow Daki loses, she goes crazy and kills everybody.
And I have to say, I'm glad they didn't do that.
It's
Not to say that's a bad thing to happen, but it'd be good in any other anime. I'm happy with what they did here.
What about you, Jinsu? What did you think of the villains?
I wish Daki. I wish Daki got more presence. I guess I don't know. I feel like she could have been a lot more scarier in like a claustrophobic like brothel.
Yeah, like they would like each one of them would have to escape her somehow.
Right, and like they made her kind of scary when they showed the flashback of her killing one of the older ladies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when she killed the owner of the house.
Yeah.
Like that scene like was making me really like her character, and then the rest of it just wasn't the same.
Meanwhile, Gyutaro, your thoughts on Gyutaro?
He's putting together all of his thoughts. I'm seeing.
Gyutaro felt like he would have been better if he came out at a different time. Like I feel like if they made Daki a more compelling character, and then had Gyutaro be the secret second phase, then that'd be a lot better.
Like he would show up after they killed his sister, and then he would be like, "You guys murdered my sister," and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, and then Tanjiro would be able to look at that like, if something happens to Nezuko, this could easily be me.
Right.
I was gonna say. Would it be a similar like that whole idea like the guy pulling the strings behind the curtain?
That does tend to happen, especially when their name starts with W.
Did you know apparently that was originally the plan with One Piece Arlong Park? Arlong was going to be the first one, and then Jinbei was going to be the guy behind the curtain.
Oh, Jinbei was supposed to be manipulating everybody behind all the fishmen.
But he decided to save him till later.
He decided to save him 10 years later.
10 years later, and honestly created an even better character.
Yeah. No, especially if you saw what Jinbei looked like back then, you'd be happy with the change.
I like his couch potato look.
He's a couch potato with less detail.
With literally no chin.
Yeah. Well, not just that, he's just... I don't think he even had hair. I think he was just like a potato. Other than that, the wives.
The wives, yes.
You can also mention.
So there's the calm and collected one. There's the rage-filled fighter, and then there's the Zenitsu but a woman.
Rage-filled fighter is best.
Especially with her Jolene.
That is my complete thought.
Especially with her Jolene hair.
I'm all in. I'm all in.
Jinsu, your thoughts? Stop looking up. What is that? Stop looking up Lovecraft. It's gonna be even better out of context.
That's so funny out of context.
Why does this one look like the Quran?
That's what I thought you were looking up. That's what I legitimately thought you were looking up because I saw that one.
That's even better. Just stop looking up Lovecraft. Why does that look like the Quran?
What message are they trying to say?
Anyway, Jinsu, who is your favorite wife?
Shinobu.
Was that Inosuke?
No.
Why?
Oh, wait.
What?
I forgot. I thought he was talking about one of the wives. Like, I clocked out, forgot that was one of the hashira.
Yeah.
Daki's actually...
No. I'll say no because murderer. And not in a good way. Like with the Inosuke wife.
Murderer.
Well, you not in on Inosuke wife?
I mean, I'm not opposed.
I was gonna say she feels like a collection of things that you like in female anime characters.
Yeah, we still gotta make that video where we do the tier list of all the animes that we watched.
I can imagine your tier list has a bracket that just says married. Because you've done that before.
Yes, because why don't you go after her? She's married. I can't do anything there.
I'm not saying
Illegal!
Adultery!
2D! Not gonna do anything anyway! 2D!
We gotta teach it some morals and values. Just look at him and tell me there's a God!
He made me in his own image.
God, you did not do that voice right.
He made me in his own image. He made me in his own image.
You gotta sound like a squeaky toy, not like whatever you just sounded
Something
like.
went in my throat. I'm not even kidding.
It was my fist!
I don't know how, but in that exact moment, something went in my throat. And it was like,
Oh, I guess I got this voice now.
Sugar, butter.
so.
I'm so glad that Demon Slayer could bring out...
Thoughts with mayhem.
My thought is, how many more times can Tanjiro break his sword before he's literally murdered by his guy who makes his sword?
The next arc is literally called the Swordsmith Village arc.
I think you told me that and I forgot! So he's got a whole village of people.
Perfect question!
Oh my god, so literally it's gonna be a village of people who are just like, you did what to the sword?!
I've seen clips. It's all of, like, a bunch of swordsmiths with masks.
Oh, who's the hashira that's gonna be in this one?
Mist and Love.
Oh.
So, I forgot the snake dude's name. Oh, wait, no. Not the snake. I forgot the mist dude's name. But the low Hashira's name is Mitsuri Kanroji.
Haraji.
Mitsuri
You forgot the guy. You remembered the
Kanroji.
titties.
Kanroji.
Kanroji.
I remember the name of each single booba.
I remember the tale!
Left was Mitsuri, right was...
It's 4:20, I must go.
Alright, and we'll see you all next time! Bye-bye!
Take care.
No.
HP
Then die.
Lovecraft cat's name.
If you want to see more of our content, you can find our YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter on our Linktree at linktree/greenvillains. That's linktr.ee/greenvillains.